There's always a time, there's always a place, and maybe this is the time of your life. It's the D Show. Sucks. Radio is coming now. Oh, come on. Yeah, baby. Can you feel it? Yeah, baby. I can. Come on. And now, the D-Man. Well, here I am again. That's right. We're touching on one of these great topics we always think about. I titled this one, Premeditated Stripping, and I'm sure a lot of you wackos out there ahead of time probably said, hey, I got to click on this one to see what the D-Man's talking about today. He's always whacked to the bone. Everything he has to say makes me feel uncomfortable, makes me kind of like run and hide, or maybe take the vacation that I need to Cancun to get away from his madness. That's right, we're always trying to get away from his madness and his flamboyancy. Oh yeah, if you know Mark like I know Mark, you would want to stay away from his flamboyant lifestyle because it's very, very alarming, if I may say so myself. That's right. Hey, the topic of the day is how do we make more from less? That's right. In our day and age now, we have credit cards, so we think we have more. But how do you, when you don't? How do you make more out of less? Like a panhandler. I think that's what the same thing that God and panhandlers have in common. And that's they are able to make something out of nothing. Absolutely. God created the earth and out of zilch. And the panhandler stole it from the back alley, if you know what I'm saying. There's always this making more from less. We've got the 98-cent store, the 99-cent store, Dollar Tree, which all fits into my budget quite easily. If you can, yeah, of course, you're probably thinking I'm always talking from like some, huge, monstrous castle up in Mulholland Drive. That's what you're thinking. But no, I am not. I've been sequestered here, in an abandoned Nike missile silo somewhere in the grandiose OC. Right outside my window is a huge patch of Constantine wire by the linear inch. I can't move. I can't even go anywhere. I haven't been outside. I don't even know if there is an outside. That's what happens when you are an extremist, as I said before. But now here I am trying to figure out how I can strain to maintain. That's right. If you're straining to maintain, it ain't a good thing. Don't forget that. I was thinking of what Einstein, of all people, Einstein is my go-to dude when I'm thinking about how to make more from less. And you're thinking, yeah, I know that dude, that monarchy, man, he always tries to confuse us. What? He says, the difference between a genius and stupidity, somebody who's really stupid or a dumbass like myself, is that at least a genius has limitations. That's right. Let's do that again. What's the difference between a genius and a dumbass? Well, the genius has a limitation factor. That's right. He's not the one who's going to think he is the Birdman and can jump from the Chicago Towers. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. He's going to stay within some kind of boundaries and try to hold himself to that. He's not going to go where he shouldn't go or couldn't go or, and his mother wrote the note. Okay. And his doctor saying, hey, you can't go. Don't do it. Ain't good for your heart. Ain't good for humanity. Come on, preserve humanity, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. It's one of those kind of things that over and over. So how do we be creative enough to take care of what we got in our pouch, our little bag? I think that's what's called creativity. Creativity is being able to do something that you have at your disposal. I talked about in the 9 B's episode where I said that there are these nine muses hanging out in the clouds, and people are praying for inspiration so they can make it in the big world. Yeah, really. Everybody wants to walk on that red carpet, but they're not willing to understand the cost that it takes. That's right. And I know I'm right on that one. Can you say, I, like I'm a Tony Robbins on crack kind of guy, or I'm kind of like pleading for your Oprah tendencies, to be, whoa, whoa. I'm not talking about Martha Stewart here and thinking about creativity. I'm talking about how you can be creative enough to be able to make something happen from nothing. You've got to think about that. Hey, I'll be right back with you. This is the D-Man. I think I'm going to have another monster. That's right. That's what I'm going to have right now.
Evan was a desperado, rather copacetic prima donna. Dressed his walls Americana, and the hall had terracotta. A Fenway fan of Boston Sox, and a groupie to the Boston Pop. He had hair and he had locks, not a care and cruising hot. Circa 95, Cosmo replica Monet design. Kinda simple, mystic fair, model fiend with frizzy hair. Relish craze and rebate clown, while sipping wine, milling sound. She crossed the line without a doubt, hoping he not find out. Nothing really weird ever happens here. I hear them say, nothing really weird ever happens here.
Okay, maybe it's weird around here right now. I don't know how you're feeling. I'm feeling pretty good. I know that that's the D-Man back in the 2005 or 6. That's the On Top album. The song is weird. You can get that on iTunes. Sounds like I'm some info commercial here late night trying to sell you some cheese ass piece of property somewhere up in Oregon or Washington, if you know what I mean. It's like the Poncherella thing, from Chips. Always on the tube late night, always, like he never sleeps. Yeah. Well, I want you to remember a little principle. It's my trifecta principle for the keys to being able to not be prematurely or premeditatedly stripped from everything you have in life. So how do you do that? We have the trifecta principle of money, knowledge, and time. That's right. Those three in equal proportions can hopefully assure you of some form of success, whether that's stocking shelves at Costco, sweeping the floor at Sears and Roebuck, which will eventually be a ghost town, or possibly even working at Starbucks, giving me my, that's right, mocha frap grande no whip. But if you have 0 ducats, then that means you have to increase the knowledge and time in equal proportions, hopefully. And if you're like me, who only wings it by the seat of my pants with a Cliff Notes in hand knowledge base, then that means all you have is one big enchilada of time. Time, baby. Time in Cancun ain't the same maybe as in cell block 43, but it's still time. And how we deal with time is being creative enough to figure out how to make time work for us and not against us. So we have money, knowledge, and time. Most of us are probably strap bone broke, cookie jar broke. We have 0 in the hopper. We have 0 in our bank account. So we do everything we can. We go to Google we go to Google and we Google our brains out so that we can find all the information that we need to find. You know what I mean? It's the Google way, or it's the Google University, I call it. I've learned all my information from online. That's right. Nothing like lying and cheating your way to the top of the ladder. Oh, yeah, I'm sure that's a proud representation of when it sucks, it blows. Right? The D-Man is all about how to come back from adversity, the how-tos. This is one of them right now. How can you, in the miserable state that you exist in, everybody's chiming in from around you, saying the exact same things. You know, when my mom and dad, we moved to Anaheim, California, and, you know, they didn't have that much money at all. And all our neighbors had almost the same, but they still survived. Yes, that's right. We had festuca in our lawn. That's what our lawn was, all festuca and some big palm trees. It looked ugly, but that's all we had. And they didn't care. They weren't looking for the next, 18-slice toaster. And, there were very, very few microwaves on the scene. And who had a computer and or a cell phone? Gee whiz. It just didn't happen. But in time and with knowledge, if you can gain that knowledge from Google, but if you can't and you find you're stunted, ignorant, and just a dumbass, then maybe you need to say time, you need to work with it. We all get 168 every week. That means we get 24 times 7. Mark, you're quite the mathematician. Yes, and that's what you've got. You can waste a little bit here and there, but I'm telling you, it's not worth watching all the Seinfeld reruns and all those sitcoms and everything that's on TV. You're going to waste your life away. What are you going to do to change the planet? Come on. Oh, there it goes, Mark. He's doing it again. He's asking the questions. What are you going to do with your life? Well, I want us all to think about that. Because if the greatest thing in life is we've made something happen with nothing, then we've achieved something that God did in the beginning. That's right. If he can create, or the word is bara, and we understand bara in the sense that we go to the bank and we try to borrow some money from them. But, here he's borrowing from nothing to create something. That's a mind-boggling formula that probably us in our finite state have a complete limited assertion of that entire arena. We don't understand that. I'm going with it because I'm not into the Big Bang Theory. I've already been there and done that one. That happens to me all the time on MechRib. There's nothing like I'm always ducking from straying bullets. What is up with that? Is it what I say, what I do, or is it just who I am? I think everybody hates that very thing. Hey, the D-Man's out of here, making more from less. In chapter 4, when it sucks, it blows. But here it's the premeditated stripping. My friends, make it happen today. Okay? I'm out of here. Ta-ta. We'll see ya. I'm glad you came today. I hope you feel the same. You can catch me on the internet all the time in some weird chat room. But try me on whenitsucksitblows.com. Hey, I need your reviews. Drop them down in the box there for me. Let me know how you're thinking, what you're thinking, and why you're thinking, if you know what I mean. We're all about this every single day, toiling and sweating it out for you boys and girls that are out there in the Gaga land, if you know what I'm talking about. This is the D-Man. Again, thanks so much. It's a pleasure serving just you. Subscribe to Sucks Radio, please. You know what that means? Subscribe. I can spell it to you. Do you want me to do that right now? Do you want me to spell it? Come on. Come on.